Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be making a video on a game called King's Quest. As far as I know, it's similarly structured to like some Telltale games, like with multiple chapters and different routes you can take, and being a choice-based game. And I have all 5 chapters. So yeah, let's start up chapter 1, because that's obviously the beginning. Okay. Looks like I gotta go to this well. I seen some YouTubers playing this game like years ago. I remember playing some YouTubers playing it, and I thought it looked interesting, so I thought I might as well get it myself to see if I would like it. But I never got around to playing it, for like all the way through. So, yeah. Okay. I guess I gotta climb down. All I know about this is that there's some kind of dragon I gotta fight.
In years, but it was the last place left to look.
Wait, what? It's the last place you gotta look. Wait, there's a lot of money here. Why can't I just take some of that? I know that sounds greedy, but still. But judging by how he's dressed, he could clearly use, the guy could use some money. Clearly he could. And there's clearly a lot of money there. So yeah, why not just take some of the money?
I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna jump. Yay, I jumped. I guess there's no major button prompts besides, obviously pressing square like that says.
2 odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened.
Okay, I'm obviously turning the one on the right, because that seems like the safest option. Okay. Yep, it clearly was the safest option, considering it opened up that bed. And I'm assuming the other one would have caused the bed right there to fall over. Why are there so many beds here?
Even though the bed was very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
If there's gonna be a dragon down here like I've heard,
hold on, Grandpa.
why can't I hide underneath the covers?
Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked.
Yeah.
Now,
it does seem pretty weird.
As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind.
Why is there a bridge made out of beds? Of all things. I guess it's to progress the game.
Nestled beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story?
Well, dragons are my favorite.
Do you want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way.
Wait, why is a mirror so important? Does it have some kind of magical properties or something? If so, where can I find a mirror like that? Because magic is usually very helpful, but also very risky.
Missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
I'm pretty sure that the main character's name is Bram. From what I've heard, I'm pretty sure his name is Bram, so keep that in mind. I guess I gotta search around. Wait, there's something that I can... There's the missing piece. And it's attached to a bell. Of course.
So the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I use my cleverness to outsmart the trap.
Yeah, that wasn't intelligent.
Then I use my cleverness to hide.
Wait, I gotta... Okay. The dragon. I can see that it's missing one eye. So...
Luckily, that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers.
What did you use to...
Okay, let's use that handle. Oh god. I gotta run. I know I got to. Because that made so much noise.
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall.
Wow, poor thing. I gotta help it. I gotta free the dragon. Clearly wants to be free.
After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too.
Okay, that was
if
rude,
Mira
calling
was
it
my only
narcoleptic. That was rude. Okay. Seems like a lot of people died down here. Okay, I gotta hurry. Okay, time for this to go back, and then I can continue. Oh god. There's literally no way around these bones. Come on, let me get in the bed. Why does it have a rhino horn? Of all things. That's not something that I had on my dragon bingo card. I was not expecting that. Oh, come on. No. Oh, wait. I was almost too late. Oh, if I pressed that button, if I pressed the X button just a half a second later, then I certainly would have died. Okay, let's avoid these bones. So I don't make the mistake again. Okay, oh god. Come on. Just hurry up, dragon. Come on. I gotta continue this chapter. Okay, cannot touch those bones. That is very obvious and very clear by now. Let's go up this ladder.
Whoever designed this trap thought
Wait,
they
how
were
did that
pretty
not make
clever,
noise?
but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch.
So I'm assuming I gotta use a bow and arrow of some kind. Considering this is obviously a medieval world. Clearly, he knows that guy. Or it's some kind of, like pledge or something. Wow, way to disrespect the dead. Way to disrespect the dead, Graham. That is just disgraceful. Okay, let's cross this. Come on. Let's cross this. Okay.
The mirror called out to me.
Okay, let's try and call out the
Ridiculous
thing.
feeding contraption was cobbled
That's
together
clearly
to
what
keep
I
the
need to do.
beast and probably its owner alive.
Wow, he just keeps disrespecting the dead. Jesus Christ. I mean, come on, he tore off that guy's arm. Like he kicked that skeleton. What is he gonna do next? With a dead body. Okay, I need to call the bell over here. I need to call the dragon over there. Okay, time to call that thing back. I need to do it fast. Okay. Now let's grab the mirror. There we go, the mirror's obtained. Wait, can it tell the future, or is it gonna predict the destiny? Or is it just some self-fulfilling wish thing? Like, is it some self-fulfilling wish, or future/destiny sort of thing? Because I have no clue which one it's gonna end up being. Oh god. Now let's shoot the ropes. Because that's all I really can do here. Wait, how many arrows do I have? Because I clearly need a lot, judging by how many beds I've seen here. Okay. That's a lot of beds, and how do I have so many arrows? There's no way that he can do all this while being so skinny and so scrawny. Like all that acrobatic type stuff. I mean, I get that smaller people have like more aerodynamics, like more stuff to do with the lightness, like for obvious reasons. But still, that doesn't mean that they always have acrobatic type skills. Yeah, I think I gotta run. I gotta stay away from the bed. Come on. I gotta run. Okay, let's avoid the beds so I don't get crushed. I gotta free the dragon. It's chained up, and it's clearly been chained up for years.
With a magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of a Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become.
Oh man, I can't free the dragon. Did I do something bad? I don't want to leave the dragon there. It's been chained up, and it's clearly been chained up for years. I don't want to be that cruel. I mean, I know it just tried to kill me and everything, but I ain't that cruel to leave it chained up like that. Okay. Wait, I get to chain it up.
In that split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have.
Okay, I am
rippling
assuming that big old thing right there is to free it. I'm gonna free it. I'm not that cruel. I gotta free the dragon. I'm not cruel. I'm more of a compassionate kind of guy myself. You know, unless if you do something that genuinely ticks me off, then compassion goes straight out the window. Like, you know, if it ticks me off enough. Otherwise, I don't really care. If it's something minor, like, you know,
My hands are shaking,
like taking
my
a
arms
couple
could barely
dollars
grip
or
the
something.
rope.
If
But
it's
with the
something
last of
minor
my
like
strength,
that, I don't
climbed
really
out
care
of
too
the
much.
well and headed back to the castle.
Depending on who
Ever
you take
since
it
the
from,
magic
that is.
mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger.
But if it's something,
kept
you know,
our family safe,
major, like
and it
scamming
has
people out of
exposed
millions of
many
dollars,
troublesome crimes
you
tangled
know,
in my beard.
being inappropriate with minors, or,
King
you know,
Edward was
other
so
stuff
proud
of
that he
that
returned his
caliber,
lost treasure that
then
he named
yeah,
him king.
compassion goes
Everyone
straight
knows
out the
that part.
window.
Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Like, why did you set the dragon free even though he was trying to eat you?
I set him free because,
Passion.
well, over the years,
Something
I
that you
realized
clearly
that the
need to
dragon was
learn.
not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was never shown any kindness. On that
Exactly.
day, I forgave the dragon for his atrocious past.
You have such a bizarre way of making friends, Grandpa. I guess I do too. I'm known as Gwendolyn the Popular back home. But only to my stuffed bunnies.
I've always found it best
Yeah,
to
then
pursue
you don't
friends
deserve that
where I
title.
can, though they don't always feel the same about me.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
You know what? If it's magic, I want to try some of that too. As you can tell, I'm a major magic nerd. You know, a major magic and fantasy nerd. What's going on?
You're free!
Roar!
What a weirdo.
Well, hello, cousin.
Gart!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got
His
here
name is
as
Gart.
fast as we could.
Gart and Gwendolyn.
I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast that he set free. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before or he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwen.
So there's
They all say the same
so there's
thing.
basically every
just
fantastical beast. I'm gonna
He
turn off
still
my
has a
mic.
few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually
Okay, I'm back.
competing in the tournament.
Oh.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will
Wait, how
gladly be
old
there
is
to cheer you
Gwendolyn?
on
Because
in
she doesn't look to be
delectable
much
appetizers.
younger than
Nope.
Gart.
No junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
She doesn't
I
look to be much
see.
younger than Gart.
Well,
So how
perhaps
old
this
is
the time
she
to stop listening
compared
to
to Gart?
stories and finally make some of your own. Good
I'm
night,
gonna turn off
Gwendolyn.
my mic.
Sleep well.
Come in, Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now let's talk about far more important issues, like that fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
Well, I signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Gart you're worried about, he's no bother. After all, I only learned that you entered after he complained
back.
about it all morning. Threatened.
3
I'm guessing.
spoonfuls of those potions.
There are many
Seem,
ways
of all
to
those
win a duel.
potions,
I,
seems
for
like
one, have
quite a
always
lot.
been fond of...
Huh.
thinking of a
Quick-witted
problem in a
distraction.
different way, and finding a clever distraction to create a moment of victory. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story, one I know you haven't heard before. When I was a much younger lad, before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I'd seen a dragon. It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life. It is a long story, but I shall tell it briefly.
Okay,
Well, Triumph, this looks as good a place as any to camp for the night. Let's rest up.
I guess
Big
it...
day tomorrow.
Wait. What species even is Triumph? It looks like a hamster mixed with a horse. Like some kind of hamster, gopher, or whatever mixed with the horse. With slight hints of rabbit in there. You know, like, what species even is Triumph? Okay, when am I gonna stop falling? When am I gonna stop falling?
After gracefully rappelling down the cliff, I welcome the sight
Gracefully?
of an actual road.
I hit
the first
multiple
sign of
logs, rocks,
civilization.
and a tree. But anyways, I'm gonna end today's video here. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.